Yes, guys. Now we will solve the questions on the input tax credit. Come to the question bank. Let me read question number 1. XYZ Limited, registered under GST. Okay, they're registered. Already one int is given. Is engaged in the manufacture of taxable goods. Compute the ITC available with XYZ Limited for the month of October 2023. Guys, whenever they ask you to calculate credit, please be careful with the period also. They're asking you to calculate the ITC for which month? October 2023. From the following particulars. Guys, whatever data they would have given here is with respect to inward supply. Are you understanding? XYZ Limited is a registered person under GST. They have not given anything with respect to outward supply. They have given only with respect to inward supply. What is it? Please pay attention. Actually, this kind of questions and all is very simple. And actually, it is a numerical area. In GST, there are very few numerical area. Try to capitalize on it. Because one or two question at least will be asked on this. Value of supply. The other one is credit calculation. The other one is liability calculation will come. Okay, where you need to calculate output tax, input tax, and adjust input tax against output tax, and finally tell how much has to be paid through electronic cash ledger. Such kind of question we will solve in this chapter. Plus, we will also solve it in payment chapter. Yeah, let us see. 4 cases are given. First one, input A, 1 lakh GST is paid on it. They are not given the value of supply, they are just given the GST. Okay. One invoice on which GST payable was 10,000 is missing. Can we claim the credit for it? No. Under section 16.2, clearly they tell recipient should have a invoice copy. For this 10,000 he has made purchase, but he doesn't have invoice. So what should we do? How much credit he can claim? Veno, how much credit he can claim? 1 lakh minus 10,000. 90,000. 90,000. Sir, what about another 90,000? It is understood they have invoice. When they have not given any masala, you don't put any masala. You think all the conditions are satisfied. Because sometimes students are overthinking. Okay, sir, adu 90,000. What if goods is not received? Sir, what if that is there? That is not there. See, if that is the story, they will give it in the question. If nothing is mentioned, please assume other things are taken care. Clear? Yes, you can see. They have given in the note also. All the conditions necessary for availing the ITC have been fulfilled. Okay, means except whatever story they have given here, no? All other conditions are satisfied, it seems. Okay, sir. Second one, input B. Okay, for this 10,000, no credit, guys. Input B, 50,000 is the GST paid. Inputs are to be received in 2 installments. First installment has been received in October 2023. So that means second installment will be received when? In the future. So when goods are received in installment, can we claim the credit proportionately as and when we receive the lot? No. I can claim full credit only when I receive the last lot. This is as per proviso to section 16.2. Correct. Now, sir, out of 50,000, one lot is received. No, sir. Can we claim 25,000? No. Entire 50,000 credit you will claim when? When you receive the second lot. Now in the October, have you received the second lot? No, sir. That means credit would be 0. 0 for this. Next, capital goods, 1,20,000. XYZ Limited has capitalized the capital goods at full invoice value. Full invoice value includes GST. Inclusive of GST, as it will avail depreciation on full invoice value. No credit now. No credit. Why so? Because section 16 subsection 3 clearly tells either claim credit for GST component or claim depreciation, but not both. Already in income tax, actual cost is how much? Including GST. Including GST. That means the actual cost of an asset which will be added to the block to claim depreciation already includes GST amount of 1,20,000. So can we claim the credit of this? No, we cannot. Do you remember the example of mine? 10 lakh plus 1 lakh 80. If 11 lakh 80,000 is the cost of an asset to claim depreciation, then what is the credit in GST? 0. Sir, what if the cost is 10 lakh in income tax? Then can we claim the credit of 1 lakh 80,000? Yes. Fourth one, input services 2 lakh 25,000. One invoice dated 20th January 2023. We are in October. Invoice is dated when? 20th January 2023. On which GST payable was 50,000 has been received in October 2023. Guys, listen. Out of 2,25,000 credit, we have received one invoice for 50,000, which was the past supply. When this invoice was dated, sir, 20th January 2023. Guys, let us decode here something. This invoice is relating to which financial year? It relates to the financial year 22-23. Clear now? So, sir, if I have to claim the credit, maximum, what is the time limit to claim this credit? 30th November of 23, that is next financial year, or actual date of filing the annual return for 22-23, which is given here in the note B. You can see the annual return for the financial year 31st March 2023 was filed on 15th September 2023, guys. Okay. So actual date of filing the annual return is how much, guys? 15th September 23. Whichever is earlier, guys. 15th September. 15th September. Now we are in which month, Darshan? October. We are in October. 15th September. Deadline is already over. Can we claim the credit for 50,000? No. Sorry. We cannot claim credit. Hope you are understanding. Guys, what is the deadline to claim credit is given in section 16 subsection 4, right? 16 subsection 4. What is the deadline? Sir, 30th November of next financial year, or actual date of filing the annual return. Annual return for which year? Not current year. For the year in which invoice is issued. Which year the invoice is issued? 22-23. See, by mistake you might take 23-24. It is January. Clear? So financial year is what? 22-23. Hope you guys understood. So remaining credit allowed? Yes. 225 minus 50. 175. Allowed, guys. Understanding. Question looks very simple, but lot of things to analyze. And all the things are with respect to section 16 only. All the adjustments are with respect to section 16, guys. Did you guys get it? Yes. Now let us go to the solution. And okay, let me tell one more thing. Guys, see, in this question, they had already given the GST amount directly. GST amount is already directly given. But in few questions, they may do like this. They will give the value of inward supply. They will give rate of GST. You need to multiply with and calculate GST amount. Easy, no? I repeat. They will give what is the value of inward supply. They will give what is the GST rate. You multiply each other and calculate what is the GST amount, which is nothing but input tax. Which is nothing but input tax, guys. Okay. Computation of ITC available with XYZ Limited for the month of October 2023. Guys, please be careful with the period I told you. For which period you are doing the calculation, please be careful with it. First, input A. Only 90,000 I am taking. Why am I taking? See the explanation. As per section 16 subsection 2, ITC cannot be taken on missing invoice. The registered person should have the invoice in its possession to claim ITC. Therefore, ITC with respect to one missing invoice on which GST payable was 10,000 cannot be taken, guys. So remaining, it is understood, invoice is available. So remaining 90,000, can we claim, people? Yes, we can claim. Okay. Input B. What was the story for input B? Sir, it is received in installment. Only first installment is received. So, as per provision. Provision. Please be careful. It starts with the word provided. As per first proviso to section 16 subsection 2. Sir, is it mandatory to write as per first proviso, second proviso and all? If you don't remember which exactly the number is, you can at least write as per provision. As per provision. As per first proviso to section 16.2, when inputs are received in installment, ITC can be availed only on receipt of last installment. Whereas in our case, only first installment was received in October. They didn't tell anything about second installment. It is understood. It is not yet received. Maybe next month or next to next month it will be received. When I receive, we will claim full 50,000 credit. We will claim full 50,000 credit, guys. No proportionate credit also, because by mistake what you can do now. For example, 50,000 divided by 2 installment, right? So divided by 2. One installment is already received, right? Into 1. Into 1. Proportionate credit claim. No. Proviso clearly told, if you receive the goods in installment and if single invoice is issued for it, please claim full credit when you receive the last installment. Yes. If at all, actually, I suggest, see, if people are dealing like this, it is better to ask the supplier to give separate invoice. so that as and when they receive one lot, they can keep on claiming their credit. That is the strategy. Tax planning. Sir, is it illegal? Definitely not. Planning. Clear. If supplier give only one invoice for all the lot put together, I need to wait till I receive last lot. Okay, sir. Next, capital goods. Sir, already it is capitalized full amount, no debt, no credit on it. As per section 16(3) of CGST Act, input tax paid on capital goods cannot be availed as ITC if depreciation has been claimed on such tax component. Sir, how did we know it, sir? Because in income tax, they have capitalized the entire invoice price, including GST. So it is understood that on GST component, depreciation will be claimed as per section 32 of Income Tax Act. Hence, no credit under GST, guys. Then the last one, this is important. As per section 16(4), which talks about deadline, ITC on an invoice cannot be availed after 30th November of the following financial year or actual date of furnishing the relevant annual return, whichever is earlier. So let us connect to the given case now. Since the annual return for the financial year ending 31st March 2023, that is financial year 22-23, has been filed on 15th September 2023, which is earlier than 30th November, because we need to take 15th September or 30th November, whichever is earlier. ITC on the invoice pertaining to the financial year 22-23 cannot be claimed after 15th September 2023. We are already in October. Deadline is over. Deadline is over. That means we can claim the credit of how much? 1,75,000. Sir, how did we get that 175? Let me tell it. 2,25,000 minus 50,000. Okay, now. And one more thing, guys, listen here. Now, you might have a doubt. Sir, we are in October. Why did we receive the invoice of January 2023, sir? Maybe they have delayed. Maybe the invoice is already dated on this date. But the credit of that is where? Here, included here. And sir, what if it's credit? What if credit is already claimed? No, no. If credit is already claimed, they will not at all give here. Is that clear? Invoice is dated on 20th January 2023. But now it is received, guys. In October it is received. So recipient can claim the credit when? In October. When he received the invoice. I repeat, invoice date is January. But recipient received it when? October. When he received it, he thought of claiming the credit. But system told, time barred. Time bar, sorry. Understood. Papa, he was shocked. Why there was a delay and all? Maybe supplier's mistake or even recipient's mistake. We don't know. Let us not bother about it. Hope you guys got it. Yes, sir. Take down. Fourth note continuation is here. This is the continuation of fourth note, guys. Yes. Now we will see question number 2. Arch Private Limited, a registered supplier, is engaged in the manufacture of taxable goods. Oh, that means his outward supply is taxable. Guys, when you're reading the lines like this, please be careful. Few hints will be dropped there only. Arch Private Limited is a registered person. Okay, one tick. Another thing is engaged in taxable outward supply. Another tick. Correct. Yes. The company provides the following information pertaining to the purchases made or services availed by it during the month of July. Means whatever they have given is with respect to outward supply or inward supply? Inward supply. Purchases. Okay. One by one we will see. But before that, what is the requirement? I will just read it. Determine the amount of ITC available with Arch Private Limited for the month of July. Subject to the information given above, all the other conditions necessary for availing the ITC have been fulfilled. Means other than whatever is given here, other conditions are satisfied, it seems. Okay, sir. So we need to answer only with respect to whatever they have given here. Sir, should we think about other if and buts? No, we need not think about it. Okay. Guys, actually this question is a combination of both section 16 as well as 17. Let us see. First one, raw material to be received in the month of September. Guys, we are in which month? July month. They are asking us to calculate the credit for July month. Raw material maybe I have purchased, but I would be physically receiving it when? In September. So can I claim the credit in July? No, sir. When I actually receive, we will claim the credit. So no credit for it. No credit for it. You can see ITC available, nil. Okay, sir. Next, second one. Membership of a club availed for employees working in a factory. Guys, is credit available for it? No, sir. No credit. Why? Section 17(5) specifically blocks this. Okay, so for this also, nil credit, guys. You can see here, nil. Okay, sir. Next, okay, let me read it here only. This is the part. Actually, this columns, whatever I have given is just copy paste of question. Copy paste of question. Okay, so I will read here only and I will explain, guys. Inputs to be received in 5 lots, out of which third lot was received during the month. Means in July, we have received third lot. Still fourth and fifth lot to be received. Can we claim the credit now? No. Sir, for first, second, third, can we claim? No. At least for third, we will claim no proportionate credit. As per the proviso, when goods are received in lots, you can claim full credit when you receive the last lot. So we will wait till we receive the fifth lot, guys. No credit in July. Next, trucks used for transport of raw materials, 40,000. Guys, truck used for transportation of goods. Is credit blocked? No, credit is not blocked. That means available. Next, capital goods, 1,50,000 is the total GST. Out of 3 items, invoice for 2 items is missing. And GST paid on those items is 80,000. So total GST on all the 3 items is 150 people. But 2 items invoice is missing on which GST is 80,000. So how much can I claim? Only 70,000 for which invoice is available. For which invoice is available with the recipient. Next, electric machinery purchased for being used in the manufacturing process. Nowhere blocked. That means credit is available. Next, motor car used for the transportation of employee. Car. So seating capacity less than 13. Credit blocked. Credit blocked, guys. Next, payment made to contractor for construction of staff quarter. So works contract service. Works contract service for what purpose? Business still blocked. If it is for further supply, credit is available. But here it is for own purpose. So is credit available? No. See, if they don't give anything, consider it as a capital expenditure. You don't think, sir, what if it is revenue? If it is revenue, they have to give it in the question specifically. Is that clear? Yes. See, sometimes they may not directly give. It is a revenue expenditure and they will tell Arsh Private Limited has debited it to P&L account. What should you understand? Revenue. It is treated as revenue. On that GST is allowed, huh? Yes. Next, purchase of bus seating capacity 15. More than 13, huh? Yes. For the transportation of employees, credit allowed, huh? Yes. Because only if it is not more than 13, credit will be blocked. And here they have told 15. Bus seating capacity is more than 13, credit is allowed, guys. Next one. General insurance taken on car. People, insurance is taken on what? Car. Used by executive of the company for official purpose. 5,200. Listen. On purchase of car, is credit allowed? No. After purchasing the car, sir, we have taken general insurance. For that, I have paid GST. Is credit allowed? No. Not allowed. Hope you understood. Sir, what if it was instead of car, bus? On purchase of bus, is credit allowed? Yes. In that case, even on insurance, whatever GST is paid, it would have been allowed. It would have been allowed, but anyway, here it is car blocked. So what is the total credit which Arsh Private Limited can claim for July is 3,32,000, guys, if I add up everything. And please be careful, whatever is given in the question is already GST, straight away take it. If not, I told you, another way of asking the question is they will give value of inward supply. They will give GST rate. You need to multiply both. What do you get? Input tax. You tell whether you can claim it or not. Clear? In that case, you will have one extra work to calculate what? GST amount. Then you will calculate what is the ITC available. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Fine. You can make a note of it. The last part is the answer. Whatever I have given in the first three columns, first column is anyway numbers, serial number. Second and third column, guys, is what is mentioned in the question. And listen here. For each of this, I have given more number of items. No. So that is why I didn't give note for each and everything. Sir, is it required to give notes for each of this? Like how we gave for previous question? Yes. Sir, will they give so many items in the exam? Maybe not, guys. Just for practice, I have given more here. Maybe 4 to 5 or maximum 6 items they may give it. But don't forget to give notes, guys. Like how we gave for the previous question. Yes, students. Now we will solve the questions. We have discussed the provisions with respect to utilization of input tax credit, right? We have few questions on that. Guys, very important part. They are asking questions on this in the exam repeatedly. And first, preferably, they are asking it as first question. Yeah, we will solve few questions here. We will also solve some more questions in payment chapter. But it will be a combination of including ITC along with the other topics. Okay. One more thing before I proceed further, guys, actually section 16 to 21 talks about the input tax credit. Section 16 to 21 of which act? CGST Act. But what is covered in your syllabus is only section 16, 17 and 18. Sir, what about 19, 20, 21? It is not a part of your syllabus. It is not a part of your intermediate syllabus. So we are done with the discussion of provisions. Now we will solve some question. It is like a full-fledged question where we will be taking care of what, guys? Utilization of ITC. Especially this table plays a major role. Okay, sir. Let me read it. Question number 3. Mr. Z, a supplier of goods, pays GST under regular scheme. Okay, that means section 9. Mr. Z is an interstate supplier and hence is not eligible to any threshold exemption. Means simple, is registered. Is registered. Why? Because if you supply the goods outside the state, in section 24 they are telling mandatory registration, which we are yet to cover. Section 22 to 30 talks about registration, which we will be learning in next chapter. In simple, let us understand that Mr. XZ is registered. Okay. He has made the following taxable supply outward. First, they have given outward, intrastate 12 lakh, interstate 4 lakh 50. Means he is engaged in both intra as well as inter. He has also furnished the following details about his purchases. Means inward, guys. Intra 4 lakh 50, inter 75,000. And he has an opening balance of input tax credit as under CGST 45,000, SGST 45,000, IGST 1 lakh 5. Sir, what is the meaning of it? Guys, this was a credit available in the maybe last month, but he couldn't use it fully. So can you carry forward that and use it in the current month? Yes, sir. Means in the current month, what will be the total credit he will have? Opening balance plus he has also made purchases. No. On this also you would have paid tax. Yes. So what is the total credit available? Means opening balance plus whatever is paid in the current period. If the supplies are exclusive of taxes, that is 18% GST, compute is tax liability. Okay, guys. They are telling whatever values are given here, no, it is exclusive of GST. That means we need to apply the percentage of GST on what figures? These figures. Okay. So they have just asked compute is tax liability. There might be different ways of asking the questions. We will see that. Now they are asking is to calculate is tax liability. Which tax liability? Income tax liability. GST. Yes. For this we need to do 3 calculations, guys. First, input tax available. First, input tax available. Already he has an opening balance. Guys, what I suggest is try to take IGST column first. As we need to adjust it in that order, no? So try to take IGST always first. Sir, in the question IGST was not given first. It's okay. When you are writing, when you are solving, try to take IGST as the first column. So can you observe there? I have taken IGST, CGST and SGST. This is actually the order of adjusting the credit. Try to arrange the columns in the same order, guys. So that when you are solving the question or when you are writing the answer, it becomes easy. Okay, sir. So opening balance was already given now. I am taking it. And when you are taking down, please be careful. Observe the column name and take it. Because here they have given CGST, SGST, IGST. But I am writing the column in what order? IGST, CGST and SGST. Because by mistake student might take 45 year. 45 year. Why, sir? Because it is given here, no? 45, 45, 105. Please observe the column and put the right figures under the right column, guys. Okay. So 1 lakh 5 IGST, CGST and SGST 45,000 each. Plus tax paid on current period purchases. Current period purchases both is there, intra as well as inter. Here also please take properly. This is outward, this is inward. Now we are focusing on this part. Intra is how much, guys? 4 lakh 50. On intra, what will be paid? CGST and SGST. What is the rate of GST? 18%. That means, can I tell 9% each? Yes. So 4 lakh 50,000 is the value of inward supply with respect to intra-state supply. So 9% each, guys, which comes to 40,500, 40,500. And IGST nothing, because that will come only on interstate supply. Now coming to inter. Inter is how much, sir? 75,000. Please be careful. Take inward. What are we calculating? Input tax. 75,000. So 75,000 into 18% overall rate. Okay. How much it is coming to? 13,500. So now, before paying the tax, Mr. Z has a total input tax of how much for the current period? They have not given the name of the month. If they have given the name of the month, then we will use that also. Anyway, they have not given, that's fine. So what is the total credit he has, guys? IGST 1,18,500, CGST 85,500 and SGST 85,500. Okay, sir. What do we call it as? Input tax. Now coming to output tax calculation. They have not given the output tax directly, but they have given outward supply. On this, if I apply the respective rates, we will get what is the output tax. So on 12 lakh, 9% each. On 4 lakh 50,000, 18%. What do we get? IGST. So let us do that. Intrastate supply, 12 lakh into 9% each. CGST, SGST of 1 lakh 8,000 each. Okay. Then coming to interstate supply. On interstate supply, what should we pay people? IGST. 4 lakh 50,000 is the value on that 18%. Comes to 81,000. So we calculated output tax. We are ready with both the figures now. Sir, should I pay this fully? Sorry, not me. Mr. Z. Should Mr. Z pay this fully? No, no, no. Why, sir? Because he has credits. Now, can he simply adjust the credit however he wants? No. There is an order of adjusting the credit. That is the important part. This is anyway, any student will do it. What is more important is the third part now. This is the most important thing. Computation of GST to be paid in cash. Guys, they will sometimes ask, calculate the amount of GST to be paid in cash. Cash in the sense what? Through electronic cash ledger. Because some student will understand, sir, cash means, will you go and pay it in cash? Will they accept it? No, no, not like that. In cash in the sense through electronic cash ledger, people. Okay. First take output tax. Output tax we already got, no? Same figures, copy paste. Copy paste. Yes, sir. That is our starting point. Now, whatever credit we have, we can adjust it. But we need to follow the order. First credit, I should use what, guys? IGST. IGST credit will be first utilized against what? IGST liability. But I have only IGST liability of 81,000. So can I use my credit fully? No. So I can use IGST credit only to the extent of how much now? 81,000 against IGST liability. Remaining, what can I do, sir? I can adjust it against CGST liability or SGST liability in any order, in any proportion. In any order, in any proportion, guys. Chalo. Let me go for that. First thing, you can see I have given the numbering. First, IGST credit against IGST liability. I had enough credit, but I will adjust only to the extent of 81. Sir, why only 81? Because IGST liability is only 81. Second step, remaining IGST credit against CGST, SGST liability. I am taking it equally. Why, I will tell you. Okay, sir. How much is the remaining IGST credit, guys? 1,18,500 is the total credit, right? We had a credit of how much? 1,18,500. Against IGST liability, how much we have adjusted? Only 81. So what is the remaining credit, people? What is the remaining credit? 37,500. 37,500. I repeat, we had a total IGST credit of 1,18,500. We used only here how much? 81,000. That means how much is remaining? 37,500. Guys, if you ask me, sir, can I adjust this 37,500 fully against CGST? Yes. Sir, can I adjust it fully against SGST? Yes. Or can I adjust it against both CGST and SGST however I want? Yes. This choice is completely yours. This choice is completely yours. But plan it in such a way that this figure will be as low as possible, guys. Clear up, because we need to use the benefit given to us. When they have asked us to use however we want, we should use it in such a way that it will give us maximum benefit. Is that clear? Yes. So what I am doing is 37,500. I am splitting it between CGST and SGST. So equally, how much we will get? 18,750, 18,750. Why is that also I will tell you. First, let me finish it. Okay, 18,750 each I am taking. Okay, sir. Second step done. Second step done. Third step. Sir, IGST credit is 0, sir. Can I go and touch CGST credit now? Yes. How much CGST credit we have? 85,500. Just check, do we have so much liability? Just check, do we have so much liability? 1,08,000 minus 18,750. Do we have so much liability? Yes, sir. It is more than 85,500. How much it is coming to? 89,250. 89,250. That means, can I adjust my credit fully? So, yes, no problem. Okay, full credit I am using. Next step. Sir, can I adjust this against this? No. Sir, can I adjust this against this? Not required. Why? IGST is already 0. Clear. And if at all, if you are adjusting also, first you should take care this step. Then if still some CGST credit is pending, you can go for this step. Here anyway, not required. Next, let us go to SGST. SGST credit also we have same 85,500. Check what is the remaining liability. Same figure. It comes to same figure. That means, can I use SGST credit fully, people? Yes. 85,500. 85,500. Okay, sir. Now, what is the amount to be paid through cash ledger? I have written final GST liability to be paid in cash. Cash in the sense here, electronic cash ledger, guys. Clear? Because in the question, sometimes simply they will ask like this. Calculate the amount of GST to be paid in cash by Mr. Z. So that is why, what is they are expecting, that last line. Obviously, can I go and directly do that? No, you have to take care of steps. Clear? Yes. Actually, the main working is this only, but obviously if these figures are not directly given, first we need to derive that. How much is the output tax? How much is the input tax? Should we derive that first? Yes. Now, assume the question is only for 3-4 marks and all. Then in that case, they will give all this figure ready in the question. You need to just straight away apply what? Table 3. Clear? But normally they are not doing it. They will ask you to calculate all. But be ready for anything. See, when you are ready for this kind of question, anything part of it, you will be able to handle it, guys. Okay, sir. So GST liability to be paid in cash by Mr. Z, guys. IGST nothing, because fully adjusted credit. CGST and SGST equally 3,750. 3,750. Did you guys get it? Yes. Now listen. You might ask me, sir, why did you take it equally, sir? Let me take, how much is that? 37,500, right? Yes. 37,500 fully I will adjust here only, sir. What is this, sir? Simply complicating. So 37,500 I will adjust fully against CGST. Check how much is the remaining. 1,08,000 minus 37,500. Quickly. 70,500. That means still, even though I have a credit, I am not able to use it. This will become nil. Still, I have some credit which I will carry forward it to next month. Now see, here I cannot adjust anything, 0. And CGST credit, how much I have? 85,500. At the end, I will end up paying how much? 1,08,000 minus 85,500. 22,500. Is it a wise decision? No, sir. In my previous case, how much was totally paid? 3,750, 3,750, 7,500. Now, what I am paying through cash will increase. No doubt, people, I will get the remaining credit. What is the remaining credit? 85,500 minus 80,000, 70,500, 15,000. I will carry this 15,000 credit to next month. But this month I ended up paying more, no? Time value of money is there. Money has value Correct? Yes. Sir, if I have not paid, maybe I would have used that money for some other purpose to generate more revenue. I lost it. Is it a wise decision? No, guys. I understood you. Remember, I told when we are adjusting the credit, we should make sure that at the end, what I pay should be minimum. Minimum means, sir, I will make it zero, sir. You only told minimum, no. No, you within the bracket of the law, within the option available, you should make it minimum. Understood? Yes. Okay, sir. This was not a good decision. We will do one thing, sir. We will adjust enter 37,500 against yes GST, sir. Same story but reverse now. Okay. 37,500. So how much would be left here? Only 70,500. So here nothing to pay, but we will have a credit of 15,000, which I will carry to the next month. Coming to CGST, 1,08,000 minus 85,500. I should end up paying how much, people? 22,500. Did I end up paying more again? Yes. Even though I had 15,000 credit, I couldn't use it properly. Sir, can you adjust this 15,000 against this? No, sir. No. Yes, GST cannot be adjusted against CGST. CGST cannot be adjusted against yes, GST. That means what I did was right. Yes. Because why am I explaining all this is you should know what you are supposed to do. Now it is easy to copy down. Sir, you are done, sir. Thank you, sir. Write down. But in the exam, you should decide. No, this step especially you should decide. How do we decide it? Clear? Still, sir, whatever you have done is the ultimate, sir. No, I will tell you. Different options also is there. I will tell you. See, you can answer in any of this way. I will totally tell you 3 ways. One way done. But don't do all the 3 ways in the exam. So much time you will not have. Okay? Yes. Now, guys, both put together totally. How much is the tax paid now? 7,500. See, you do anything, you do whatever you want in this step. Make sure your GST to be paid in cash will not go beyond 7,500. Let me do it. Please observe. Alternatively, step 1 is same only, copy paste. Step 2, how much credit we have? 37,500. Remaining credit, how much, people? 37,500. Correct? Yes, I am straight away going for it. What I will do is, first I will see CGST, how much credit I have? 85,500. Use it fully. Now what is the remaining balance? 1,08,000 minus 85,500. What is the balancing figure? 22,500. So remaining IGST, first I will use 22,500 against what, people? CGST. Now I will go to yes GST. So 37,500 minus 22,500. How much is left? 15,000. I will go here. 15,000. Then how much SGST credit we have? 85,500. So what is the GST to be paid in cash? Nil, nil. And here fully 7,500. Here what I had equally, now I am paying it only as yes GST. Understood now? I repeat, please listen. First what I did was, I will use enough IGST liability which is remaining. What is the remaining IGST liability, guys? In the second step, 37,500. Out of this, how much ever is required for my CGST, I will use it fully. How much is required? How will I know, sir? Simple. Take output tax minus input tax of the same nature. That is CGST output tax minus CGST input. CGST output tax minus CGST input tax. So I am getting balancing figure as what, people? 22,500. So out of 37,500, I am using how much against CGST? 22,500. So that my CGST to be paid comes to nil. Okay, sir. Next, I had 37,500 IGST credit remaining. Out of that, how much I used against CGST liability? 22,500. So 37,500 minus 22,500 comes to how much? 15,000. Go and adjust remaining here. Remaining here. Now, can I use SGST credit fully? Yes, use it. After using it, how much is left, people? 7,500, which I will pay it as SGST. Got it? Yes, you can observe here. Previously, guys, I had used it equally. But now what am I doing? Remaining IGST credit against CGST first. How much ever is required? and then against SGST. Sir, how much to use against CGST? I found it out. How did I find it out? As a balancing figure. As a balancing figure, guys. Now let me go with reverse. Sir, what you did here, can I do it for SGST, sir? Yes. That is the last option. First step would be same, guys. In the second step, I will find out what is the remaining IGST credit. What is the remaining IGST credit, people? 37,500. I can adjust it against CGST, SGST in any order, in any proportion. So what I did was, first I adjusted SGST output tax with input tax. So how much is the balancing figure, people? 22,500. 22,500. So out of the remaining 37,500 here, I used 22,500 against what? SGST liability. So that SGST to be paid in cash became nil. Okay. So out of 37,500 which was remaining here, I have used 22,500 against SGST. What is the balance? 15,000. I will use it here. I will use it here. I'm just coming reverse, that's all. Next. Sir, do I have CGST credit? Yes. How much? 85,500. Adjust that also. At the end, how much should I pay in cash? 7,500. Any of these three is okay. Acceptable in exams, guys. Sir, in any of this way, can I solve the question in the exam? Yes. Clear? But just ensure that what you pay at the end should be minimum, guys. Can you observe? In all the three cases, the total amount to be paid at the end through cash ledger is remaining same. Maybe the name of it will change, but the amount remains same. Is that clear? Yes. If you ask me, sir, which is better? First one is better is what I feel. Because here finding out balancing figure and all might be little time taking. No, sir, I am comfortable with this only, sir. This is only easy, sir. Follow whatever you want. Sir, will they deduct marks? Definitely. All these three is acceptable answers, guys. Clear? Because they gave the liberty in the law itself. Listen, yeah. This one, second step. I can use IGST remaining credit against CGST or SGST in any order, in any proportion, however I want. Clear? But use it wisely. Use it in such a way that you will pay minimum tax. Because they told, sir, however I want, I will use. So what I did was, sir, I explained one example, no, entire 37,500, I put here only, sir. Or I put it here only, sir. Then you are losing out. You will end up paying more tax through cash ledger tax. Clear? If you do that, for that you will lose marks. For example, sir, enter 37,500 I used here only, or enter 37,500 I used here only. Will they give marks? Step marking will be there. But for second step, as you have done a mistake, they will deduct it. Clear? And guys, don't worry, sir. My ultimate answer went wrong, sir. That means 0 marks. No, it is any subject. For example, even in accounts, sir, balance sheet didn't tally, sir. Yo, gone case. That is the biggest challenge. No, in accounts, tallying balance sheet means my lifetime achievement, sir. Now in CA and all may not be so important, but especially in PUC and all, balance sheet tally aitu andre Vijaya. Correct? Yes, sir. So now I'm just telling you because some students will get panic because of that also. Oh, your balance sheet is start tallying. I spent half an hour for this question, gone. No. Step marking would be there. See, in exam, it can happen, guys. Accounts, tax, costing in any paper, one of the step you might miss. Don't miss is my suggestion. Miss ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? See, listen. You have spent already good amount of time on that. Try to check where you have gone wrong very quickly. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes maximum. If you are not able to identify your mistake, please move on. Move on, I told. I didn't tell move out. Correct. There is a difference. Move on to next question. Clear? Please be careful with it. Because what happens now, unnecessarily, already you have spent too much time on it. Now from the beginning, you will keep on checking. Debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit. For that, you will take another half an hour. Don't do that. It's okay. It's okay, guys. You move on because for every question, even if you don't get out also, still you can score exemption. Still you can score exemption. That doesn't mean that, sir, you told to commit mistake in all the question. No, sir. See, While solving question, be careful, don't commit mistake, avoid scratching also. And guys, especially whenever you are supposed to put format, even for this question you should have an idea about format. Nothing I find out, but still you should have an idea, no? Before you start answering, just analyze the format once, then put it. Because some students, they will put the format 5 column 10 column, later yo one more extra column, one more extra column is required. What do they do? Either they will scratch or adjust somewhere. Clear? Don't do that. See, in the extreme case, worst case, sir, I have already drawn. What will I do? Continue. But before you start, just think about the format. Just analyze how many columns should be there, how much space is required. Have an idea about it, guys. And this will automatically come when you solve good number of questions. Trust me, no one need to. You need not sit and think about, oh, how many columns or so much time is not required. When you have solved good number of questions, you have good practice means taka taka, all the things will be reflecting to your mind. It will connect, and you will just think for a second and start answering. And that is very very important, guys. Practice, practice, practice. Not only for tax, obviously every subject is important. I am just because I am a tax teacher, I will not tell only study tax, only score exemption in tax, other subject leave anta. What is the use? Correct? So please take care of every subject, practice well. Because in the practice phase, what happens? No, you will definitely commit some mistake, somewhere you will get stuck, and somewhere you will not complete the answers. But those mistakes you will not commit in the exams. Trust me, this will happen. When you already committed some mistakes in some steps, you knew that, oh, now I committed mistake. Will you repeat the same thing in the exam? No, guys. So please practice. In the class itself, I am making you to write a lot of things, but is it enough, sir? No, guys. Because obviously now at home, what you are doing, we are not aware. I believe you are studying, maybe you are practicing. But sir, see, in the class, whatever is required from studies point of view, coverage of syllabus point of view, I am doing it 100%. But is that only enough, sir? No. You should also practice, guys. Why? Because see here, all the questions I will solve and explain, you will just take down, copying down. Or if it is an additional question, already solutions I have put, I will just discuss. It looks like easy. Sir, everything I understood, sir. Because we are just auditing. Clear? When I asked you to maintain books of accounts, that is the problem. Maintaining books of accounts means what? Solving the questions, guys. So please do the practice. Maybe out of the questions which we have solved in the question, take up 2 or 3 questions. You start solving independently without looking into the solution. Once you solve, cross verify with our answers. Maybe here and there some mistakes you would have done. Don't worry, it's okay. It's always good to commit mistake now instead of committing it in exams, guys. Okay. Did we discuss all the 3? All 3 done now? Yes. See, I repeat again. See, any of these 3 are okay. But you cannot do all 3 in the exam. I'm telling you. Because it will consume too much time. Sir, you gave alternatively. No, sir. In the exam also, I did lot of alternatives, sir. Please don't do that. Anyone is enough. Anyone is enough, guys. Yes. Start taking down. You can mark important for this steps. This step would be very important, guys. And whatever alternatively I have given is only for the third calculation. First 2 will remain same only. There is no change in it. Yes. Now we will get into question number 4. Similar question, guys. Paritosh and Co., a supplier of goods, pays GST and a regular scheme, means section 9. It has made, and guys, obviously when the question is on adjustment of ITC, will they give composition supplier? No. Because if they give, then the answer becomes very easy. Clear? Yes. Because why, sir? Credit is nil. It has made the following outward taxable supplies in the tax period. Outward supplies. On this, what we need to calculate? Input tax or output tax? output tax. Then it has also furnished the following information in respect of the purchases made by it in that tax period. Okay, they have given inward supplies on which we need to calculate what? Output or input tax? Input tax. Paritosh and Co. as the following ITCs with it at the beginning of the tax period. CGST 57,000, SGST 60,000, IGST 1,40,000. Note, few notes are given. Rates of CGST, SGST and IGST is 9, 9, 18% respectively. Both inward and outward supplies are exclusive of taxes wherever applicable. Wherever applicable. All the conditions necessary for availing the ITC have been fulfilled. Okay, means they have told all the condition necessary is to claim credit as per section 16, 17 and all, everything is taken care. Compute the, observe the word, minimum GST payable in cash by Paritosh and Co. for the tax period and the ITC to be carried forward to next month. Make suitable assumption as required. Okay, if it is required, you need to make any assumption. Guys, any doubt in this question? Okay, see what we did in this past question only we need to do. Sir, here they clearly asked minimum GST payable in cash. What if they just tell GST payable in cash, compute GST payable in cash? There also you need to apply the same strategy where you need to take care of second step while utilizing the credit tax. Okay, sir. Chalo, first input tax. Opening balance is already there, which is given you 140. Please go in the order. I am first putting which column? IGST, then CGST and SGST. So how much credit is there opening? 140, 57 and 60. Is it right figures? Yes, sir. Then in the current period, there is a purchases. Intra-state supply how much? 3 lakh. On that 9% each CGST, SGST. So 27, 27. Then there is also an interstate supply. How much, sir? 2 lakh 50. On which IGST has to be computed 18%, which comes to 45,000. So what is the total credit available? 185 IGST, 84 CGST, 87,000 SGST. Guys, in case in the question instead of SGST, assume they have given UTGST. Just change the column name. That's all. Everything else remains same. Only column name will change. Okay. And sir, what if they give both? Definitely they cannot give both. For one registration, we cannot have both. Either SGST or UTGST. Then one more thing. Bhavya, one more thing. Sir, what if opening balance is not given in the question? Then ignore that. Straight away take only input tax on current period inward supply. That means this part will not come, guys. That's all. It was given now in this questions, we have taken it. If not given, then focus only on this part. That's all. Okay, sir, what about output tax? Computation of tax payable on outward supply, which in simple we call it as output tax. First calculate intra-state supply on 10 lakh, 9% each, 90, 90,000. Then interstate supply is 8 lakh. On that 18%, which comes to 1,44,000 IGST. So what is the total output tax, sir? 1,44,000 IGST, CGST and SGST is 90,000 each. Done with our first two working. And the main working is this one. Whatever output tax we already calculated, we are taking it here. We are taking it here. Then we will adjust the credit. For adjusting the credit, we need to follow the sequence given in the law as per the table which we already discussed. First, IGST credit has to be used against IGST liability. Sir, IGST liability is 144, but I have a IGST credit of how much? 185. So what do I do, sir? Adjust to the extent of 144. Remaining IGST, I will take it to the next step. What is the remaining IGST credit, guys? 185 which we had minus 144 which we already utilized. Remaining is how much? 41. 41,000. This can be used at the discretion of supplier. So now let me decide on behalf of Paritosh and Co. Sir, 41,000. Can I use fully against CGST? Yes. Can I use fully against SGST? Yes. Can I share it between CGST and SGST in any order? Yes. But make sure that you use it in the most beneficial way. Most beneficial way. So what am I doing? I am dividing it equally between CGST and SGST, sir. So 41,000, if I divide it by 2, we will get 20,500 each, guys. I took it in the second step. Third step, can I now go and touch CGST? Yes. IGST credit has become 0. Now I can go and touch CGST. Guys, one more thing. Okay, let me just tell it. Not relevant for this question. Assume my IGST liability was 144, right? Assume I has IGST credit only 1 lakh. Only 1 lakh. That means I will adjust 1 lakh here. Remaining 44,000, can I adjust it against CGST or SGST, from CGST or SGST credit? Yes. First check whether you have CGST. You can adjust from here. But you can adjust CGST credit against IGST only after you adjust CGST again CGST. After this step, if anything is remaining, you can go and adjust here. If not, then go for SGST. First adjust SGST against SGST. If still something is pending, you can come and adjust it against IGST. Is that clear? Not relevant for this question, but I'm just telling so that it is good to know, guys. Okay, fine, sir. Equally, I divided. Next, CGST. How much we have, guys? We totally have CGST credit of 84,000, but I'm not able to use it fully, sir. Why? Sir, 90,000 minus 20,500. The balance comes to only 69,500. Balancing figure. Okay. Remaining credit, I will carry forward it to next. Remaining credit, I will carry forward it to next month, guys. Oh. Coming to SGST. How much credit I have? 87,000. Sir, after deducting this, 90,000 minus 20,500, we will be left with only 69,500. So 87,000 minus 69,500 remaining I will carry forward it to next month. Is that clear? Yes. Sir, here you did equally, no sir. Is it mandatory to do like that? No. We have other options also. But sir, can I use it fully against CGST? Can I use it fully against CGST? Can I use it fully against CGST? Assume you are telling. He is telling yes sir, Anta. He is telling yes sir. Okay, I will do it. 41,000. 41,000. So here nothing, 0. Okay, sir. Now CGST credit, how much I have? 84,000. Can I adjust it fully? No. 90 minus 41 you do. How much you are getting? 49. 49,000. Understood? Yes. Remaining credit how much? Tax will be nil only. Remaining is how much? Sorry? 35,000. Let me come to the last column. Here I will adjust 87,000. Whatever credit we have, full I will adjust. Remaining, how much should I pay? Vasant Kumar, 3,000. 3,000. Sir, can I have any carry forward credit? No. Vasant Kumar, tell now. Is it a good decision? Easy to tell, yes. But to justify, it is important. Understood? Yes. Was it a good decision, sir? No. Because as per my previous calculation, nothing has to be paid through cash ledger. Whereas now, SGST I have to pay 3,000. Is it a good decision? No, sir. Hope you understood. Clear. Sir, what if it's vice versa? For example, entire 41,000 I adjusted against SGST. Still, that also will be not a right decision. Okay, let me explain that. This and all, please don't take it. This is only for your understanding. That's all. Okay. Assume entire remaining credit of IGST I am adjusting against SGST. I repeat, entire IGST credit which is remaining, I am adjusting against what? SGST. So here 0. Here 0. Okay. CGST, how much credit I have, people? 84. 84. 90 minus 84. How much, Vasant Kumar? 6,000. 6,000. So nothing to carry forward. Coming to SGST. 90 minus 41. I can use only 49,000. So tax to be paid through cash ledger is nil, but credit to be carried forward is how much? 87 minus 49. That means even though you had a credit, you didn't use it effectively. You ended up paying 6,000 in cash. Previous case, you ended up paying 3,000 in cash. So was it a good decision? No, guys. Okay. First thing I have taken care equally. Let me next go and tell. Sir, which is the next options which are available, sir? Alternatively. Alternatively. Output tax I will take as it is. First step for adjusting the credit as it is. I have totally how much credit of IGST? 185. But I can adjust only 144 against IGST. So this became nil. Okay, sir. So what is the remaining IGST credit, guys? 41,000. 41,000. I will keep it aside. First, I will start with CGST. CGST liability is 90,000. I have a credit of 84. What is the balancing figure, people? 6,000. So out of 41,000, okay, let me write it here. Out of 41,000, I will adjust 6,000 against CGST liability. Remaining is how much? 35. So 35 I will adjust here. Did you understand? Yes. So here I made nil, even carried to be carried forward nil, whereas coming to SGST, I adjusted IGST credit against SGST liability how much? 35. And SGST I totally have 87, I guess, 87,000. But can I use it fully? No. Check it. 90 minus 35, which comes to 55. So even though I had a credit of 87,000, I can adjust it only to the extent of 55. That means tax to be paid is nil. But how much can I carry forward it to next month? 87,000 what I had minus how much I have utilized? 55. 55, which comes to 32,000. And don't deduct 35 also. 35 is IGST credit, which we utilized. Got it? SGST credit, how much I have utilized? 55. Out of how much? 87. Did we get it? Yes. Sir, did results change? No. You can see here. How much I totally paid here? Nil. How much total credit I carry forward? 14,500 plus 17,500. Total comes to 32. Is it matching totally overall? Yes, sir. Here also it was 0. Whereas here the total credit which we will carry forward is how much, guys? 32,000. Maybe the name of the credit will change, but that's okay. Last option. What I did for CGST, now I will do it for SGST. But sir, you have taken 3,000. No, sir. It was 6,000 here. Guys, please be careful. The figures are little different. Okay? Yes. I am taking same output tax in the first step. Okay, done. Now let us go to input tax credit adjustment. First, IGST credit against IGST liability only to the extent of 144. So what is the remaining credit? I totally have 185 credit IGST. I utilized only 144 here. What is the remaining credit, people? 41,000. First, I will see how much I can use it against SGST. So 90,000 is the SGST liability. I have SGST credit how much? 87. Find out the balancing figure. 90 minus 87, 3,000. So out of 41,000 people, out of 41,000, 3,000 I am using it against SGST liability. So that SGST to be paid in cash becomes nil. Nothing to be carried forward. Okay. So out of 41, I have adjusted 3. Remaining is how much, people? 38,000. 38,000. Understanding, no? We are adjusting the remaining IGST liability. Okay, and here and all, you have to just play the game of balancing figures, guys. Clear? Yes. Sir, listen. Without even using first CGST, can I go to SGST? You cannot actually. But here, we are just playing the balancing figure game. I'm just trying to find out what is the balancing figure here so that remaining I can adjust here. Can I do that calculation? Yes, nothing wrong. Clear. While adjusting, what will I do is, while adjusting, I know these figures. No. First, I will adjust 38 here. Remaining, I will adjust it. Clear. Just a number game. First, I understood how much to adjust here. Then I will come back and adjust 38 here and then 3 here. Understood? Yes. Or else you can go with this law also. Like however we did here. First, we understood CGST part. Then remaining, we will go and adjust it against Yes, GST. That is also fine. Okay. So 38, I am adjusting now. We totally have CGST credit of how much? 84,000. 84,000. But can I adjust it fully, people? No. So find out the balancing figure. 90,000 minus 38,000. We will get 52,000. So how much CGST credit I can use? Only 52,000. So CGST to be paid in cash is nil. But I had 84,000 credit. How much I have utilized? Only 52,000. What is the remaining amount? 32,000. Carry forward. As what? CGST credit. Sir, how much GST to be paid? All zero figures. How much credit should be carried forward to next month? Guys, observe. All the end results is same only. Only the credit to be carried forward. Names will change. That's all. Here both put together how much, people? 32,000 only. CGST 14,500. Yes, GST 17,500. But whatever tax we paid through cash ledger was nil. Right decision, sir. Then let me come to next alternative. GST to be paid in cash is nil in all the three cases. Whereas credit to be carried forward, full 32,000 is yes, GST. Full 32,000 is yes, GST. Last one. GST to be paid in cash is nil, sir. How much to be carried forward is entire amount 32,000 CGST. Clear? Sir, you did all this. Can I do one the small change, sir? Instead of putting 32 here or here or here, can I bring it here, sir? Why? When you have IGST credit, you cannot touch CGST or SGST credit. You know it, no? Yes. So when can I do all this? First make this zero. IGST first make it first. Okay, okay. Let me talk about it. Before even doing this, first make IGST credit zero. Okay, now? Yes. Now one more thing. Sir, can I also plan by keeping next month liability in the mind? Yes. For example, assume next month my CGST liability will be more. What liability? CGST. Then try to carry forward that more so that next year you can easily adjust. Or else assume next month you know where you will sell. SGST might be more, sir. Actually speaking, CGST and SGST should be equal. Why? On intra, you have to pay it equally. But still, assume, sir, for some reason, CGST or SGST, either of this will be more. Accordingly, you can plan what is to be carried forward also. But anyway, from exam point of view, not important. Why, sir? Because they will not give the calculation for number of months and all. Only 1 month. Yeah, this is just an idea what I gave. But anyway, to be frank, in majority of the cases, both will be same only. Both will be same only, but credit may not be same. For example, here when I carry forward next month, I will have only SGST credit. CGST will be zero. So will input tax be same? No. But output tax normally will be same, guys. Why? Because when I pay CGST and SGST, I will pay it equally. 9%, 9%, 2.5%, 2.5%, or any percentage. Just divide it by 2, guys. Did you guys get it? Yes. Make a note of it. Take down, take down. First two working will remain same. Only the third one might change. Yes, students. Now we will discuss the additional questions on input tax credit. Question number 1. Purvi Limited, a registered supplier of various goods and services, provided the following information pertaining to GST paid on inward supply. From here itself, you should understand it is an input tax or output tax? Input tax. For the month of August. Guys, month also will be important. Why? Because few goods would be received in lots. If I receive the last lot maybe in the next month, can I claim credit now only? No. Please be careful with that. Okay. So they have given few transactions, but let me understand first what is the requirement. Compute the amount of net ITC available to Purvi Limited for the month of August. Important. Yes, sir. With necessary explanation for the treatment of all the items in the table, as in the table in the sense whatever they have given in the question, as per the provision of CGST Act or CGST rules wherever applicable. Subject to the information given above, all other conditions necessary for availing the ITC have been fulfilled. Means except whatever is given here, other things are taken care of. Okay. And it is an examination question, guys, asked for 5 marks. Very easy actually. But giving explanation is a bit challenging. You know, sir, should I take the credit or not? You should tell also why. They clearly asked explanation. Sir, what if by chance if this line was not mentioned, sir? For example, where is it? Necessary explanation is required. Anta. Here it is anyway given, you will write it. Sir, what if this is not given? Still you have to write notes. Still you have to write notes, guys. Okay, chalo, we'll see one by one. Purchased goods which are used for the activities related to his obligation under CSR, that is Corporate Social Responsibility, referred to in section 135 of the Income Tax Act 2013, guys. Can we claim the credit? He has paid GST 3 lakh. Simple, guys. He has paid 3 lakh GST on the inward supplies, which will be used to provide CSR activities. Can he claim credit? No. As per section 17, subsection 5, blocked. Clear? I also connected it to the explanation to section 37 of Income Tax Act, where even in income tax they will tell expenditure incurred for corporate social responsibility is not business expenditure, hence disallowed. Hence disallowed. Same way here also credit is not allowed. So let me see the answer. So the credit is nil, guys, or zero. Why so? Notes. First note. ITC in respect of the goods used for the activities relating to obligations under corporate social responsibility, that is as per section 135 of Companies Act, is not available under section 17 subsection 5 of CGST Act 2017, as the same is blocked. Under section 17.5, there are various items. One of the item was this. Next, second one. Purchased raw material worth 5,90,000. Raw material cost is 590, including GST. Okay, in 5 lots. So what is the amount of GST, guys? 90,000. See, what is given in the amount column is only GST amount. Please be careful. Then 5,90,000 was what, sir? Purchase value, including GST. That means if I ask you what is the value of inward supply, how much is that? 590 minus 90, it would be 5 lakh. Okay. 3 lots of raw material worth 3 lakh excluding GST received in the current month. Remaining lots will be received in the month of September. So can he claim proportionate credit? Sorry. Entire 90,000 will be received or will be claimed as and when the last lot is received. This is as per proviso to section 16 subsection 2, guys. No credit. Please be careful, sir. Few lots was received. No, sir. Proportionate to that. Can I claim? No, no. Nothing can be claimed now. In August, zero credit. Second note. When goods are received in lots, ITC can be taken fully only upon the receipt of last lot. And if you want, you can also mention, this is as per what? Proviso to section 16 subsection 2. Proviso to section 16 subsection 2, guys. Then third item, company paid for outdoor catering expenses for lunch of its factory employees during the lunch hours as per the policy of the company. There is no obligation as per the policy of the company. There is no legal obligation to provide such lunch facility to the employees. No credit. As per section 17 subsection 5, even if you want to write clause also, you can write clause B. No credit, guys. Sir, what if it was an obligation to the employer to give lunch? Then in that case, it would have been allowed. Credit is allowed, guys. So here also outdoor catering expenses, you can see the credit is nil. Why so? I have given the explanation in the note. ITC on the outdoor catering services is blocked as ITC is not available under section 17.5 since such services are being provided by the employer to employee without any statutory obligation. Or even if it is for further supply, can we claim the credit? Yes, but obviously here employer purchased it or took this catering service in order to give it to their employees. So are they further supplying it? No, guys. But see, this can happen sometimes. Please listen. Assume employer has a canteen in the office campus. They purchase food, snacks, chocolates, beverages, everything on which they have paid GST. Now these items are sold in the canteen, not given freely to employees. It is sold in the canteen. Can they claim credit? Yes, actually. Why, sir? Because food is purchased in order to further supply it. So if inward supply is used to supply the same category or similar category of outward supply, credit is available. Please be careful. If by chance, if they twist the question like that, you need to tell credit is available. Okay, sure. Fourth one. Purchased goods from home traders, all goods and invoices were received by the company in August itself. But one invoice out of this invoice has not been furnished by the supplier in the statement of outward supply or using invoice furnishing facility. The GST paid on such invoice was 50,000, which is not furnished. So what is the total input tax, guys? 2 lakh. In that 50,000 worth of details is not given by the supplier in his GSTR1 or invoice furnishing facility. Will it auto reflect to the recipient, guys? No. That means how much credit he can claim? Only 2 lakh minus 50. 1 lakh 50. 1 lakh 50. Sir, now recipient obviously will knock the door of whom? Supplier. Now supplier give this detail, assume in September. We are in August, right? Yeah. Assume in September or October. Can recipient claim the credit? Yes. Even if it reflects in the future, he can claim the credit. But now, not in August. Not in August, guys. Because one of the prerequisite, even section 16 subsection 2 talks about this, correct? 16 subsection 2 clearly tell supplier should have given the details of his outward supplies. Only then the recipient can claim the credit. So to the extent of 50,000, no credit, people. I've given there 2 lakh minus 50,000, which comes to 150. Why, sir? Note 4. ITC can be availed only if the details of the invoice have been furnished by the supplier in the statement of outward supply or GSTR1 or 1A. That is, 1A can be used to amend the mistakes made in GSTR1. GSTR1A is not a separate return. Please be careful. Or using invoice furnishing facility. Thus, ITC of GST amounting to 50,000 paid on supply in respect of which the details of invoice has not been furnished is not available for the recipient, guys. Last one, purchased raw material to manufacture finished goods. Such finished goods to be sold to potential customers under scheme buy one get one free. So output is sold as buy one get one. So on inward supply, is credit fully available? Yes, we read circular for this. Clarification. Full credit is available, guys. Full credit is available. Fifth note, buy one get one free offer is not an individual supply of 2 goods. It is a supply of 2 goods for the price of 1. Thus, ITC is available on the inputs used in the relation to supply of goods as part of said offer. In simple, full credit is available, people. Coming to second one, again a 5 marks question asked in exam. As per CGST Act 2017, Vishnu Limited was not mandatorily required to get registered. However, it opted for voluntary registration and applied for registration on what day? 12th February 2024. Registration certificate has been granted by the department on 24th February 2024. 24th February 2024. What is the effective date of registration? 24th February 2024. Now, anything he purchase after 24th February or even on 24th February, can he claim credit? Yes. What about the stock he has on 23rd February? Can he claim credit? Yes. Section 18, special case. Vishnu Limited is not engaged in making interstate outward taxable supplies. Okay. The CGST and SGST liability for the month of February is 31,000 each. Output tax. Output tax, people. Vishnu Limited provides the following information of goods held in stock on 23rd July. Why are they giving this, sir? Because is this credit available? Yes. But any goods are only raw material, WIP and finished goods are? Raw material, WIP, finished goods. Sir, what about capital goods? Not available. For the first two case, 18.1A, 18.1B, capital goods is not covered. This will fall under 18.1B. If it is 18.1C or 18.1D, it starts with the word registered person. That means they are already registered. Let us give them one extra benefit. What is it? Capital goods. Whereas 18.1A, 18.1B will give benefit, but not fully. Will not give fully. Okay, chalo. Let us see. What are we supposed to do? You are required to determine the eligible ITC available, okay, and amount of net minimum GST to be paid in cash. Cash means through cash ledger by Vishnu Limited for the month of February. Okay, credit details is given here. Let us see. Capital goods procured on 5th February 2024. That is before 23rd July. Sorry, before 23rd February. 2 lakh. Rate of CGST, SGST 6% each, being intrastate supply. Guys, is credit available? No. For capital goods, not available. Sir, he might be having it as a stock on 23rd February, but still capital goods is not covered. Did we put flower bracket and write CG? Not available? Yes. Same thing. Value of inputs received on 10th October 2023. Contained in semi-finished goods held in stock. Okay. It is there in stock as on 23rd February. Yes. When it was purchased? 10th October 2023. Is it within 1 year? That also you check. Is it within 1 year? Yes. Available. Fully, sir? Yes. Inputs procured on 1st February 2024. Lying in stock of semi-finished goods. Is credit available, people? Yes. 1,50,000 is the value. GST, CGST rate 7.5% each. Actually, there is no rate of 15%, but still don't question the question. When they tell any rate, please take it. Clear, sir? 7.5%, 7.5%. 15% rate is not there in GST. Wrong question. Grace marks. Don't do that, please. You see, actually, as per section 9, whatever is the actual rate for goods or services, that classification and all we need to do now. The rates are actually not a part of your syllabus. I have given it there. What are the rates applicable for services, goods and all? Sir, are we supposed to remember that? No. Should we know what rate applicable for which goods? What rate applicable for which services and all? No. But you should know section 10 rates. Composition rates, no. That is a part of your syllabus. You should know it. That is 1%, 5%, 6%, those things. Okay. Sir, is credit available here? Yes. Next one. Inputs procured on 8th February 2024, lying in stock of finished goods. Is credit available for this also? Yes. IGST is 18%. Okay. And please be careful, guys. What amount is given here is not GST amount. We need to apply these rates and calculate GST amounts. Okay, sir. You are required to determine eligible ITC and net minimum GST to be paid in cash. Okay. First, let us go to ITC calculation. Working note. Capital goods, sorry, no credit. Why, sir? Person taking voluntary registration cannot avail ITC on capital goods held on the day immediately preceding the date of grant of registration. This is as per which section, guys? Section 18. If you want to write the exact section, 18.1b. Next. Inputs procured on 10th October is credit available? Yes. Let us calculate. These amounts are not directly given. Please be careful. What is the amount, sir? 2,50,000 on that 6% each. 2,50,000 into 6% each, guys, which comes to 15,000, 15,000, and it is an intrastate supply, so no IGST. No IGST. Okay. Next, inputs procured on 1st February 2024. Credit available, huh? Yes. Even this is intra. What is the value of supply? 150. On that 7.5, 7.5. CGST, yes, GST, people. 7.5, 7.5. No IGST because it is intra. Last one, I guess it is inter. Inputs procured on 8th February, 60,000. It is inter. So 18% full IGST. 18% full IGST. Sir, here can I show it in the bracket? How did we derive that value? Yes. We solved some question where we wrote how we got the figures and all. You can write. Like for example, 6% each, 7.5% each. Whereas here, it would be 18%. Okay, so what is the total credit available, guys? 26,250 each for CGST and SGST and IGST 10,800. Sir, as you taught, can I place this IGST first? Yes, that would be better, guys. Clear? In the suggested answer, they have actually given like this, but I would suggest you to keep this first. Anyway, actually, when it comes to output tax, we have only CGST, SGST. We don't have IGST. Clear? Yes. Fine. Now, output tax, they only given in the question, guys. 31,000 each. Where is it given, sir? It's already given directly. 31,000 each for what? CGST and SGST. Let me take it. Now credit. Sir, can I straight away use CGST credit against CGST? No. Why? First, IGST credit has to be utilized. How much IGST credit we have, guys? 10,800. Sir, do we have IGST liability? No. So first order is ruled out. Second one is what? Remaining IGST means entire year. Actually, your entire IGST has to be adjusted against CGST or SGST in any order, in any proportion. How do we adjust it? Guys, you can just have a look into this. 26,250, 26,250. Okay, that means, sir, they are equal. So what is a better option, sir? Adjust it equally. Adjust it equally. So what am I doing? I'm just dividing IGST credit equally and I'm adjusting it. I am adjusting it. Sir, you did alternate calculation and all, no, sir, in the class. Can we do like that also? Yes. For example, take full CGST credit, whatever is available here. Find out this as a balancing figure. Remaining will go here. Remaining will go here. Clear? Ultimately, both has to remain nil, guys. That's all. That is our target. Is that clear? Or else just do like this equally. This is better option which I suggest. Okay, so it is taken equally, people. Okay, then we have CGST credit. How much CGST credit we have? 26,250, but I cannot use fully. Because 31,000 minus 5,400 comes to only 25,600. Remaining, can I go and adjust it against SGST? No. CGST credit cannot be adjusted against SGST. That means remaining credit, will I carry forward it to next month? Yes. They have not asked us to calculate. If they ask us to calculate, then next one line, I will do that also. I will do that also. How much it comes to? 26,250 minus 25,600. That is the remaining credit which we will carry forward. Okay, but question didn't ask about it, so that is why I am not given. Next, coming to yes, GST also same story, guys. 31,000 minus 5,400. What is the balance amount or balance liability? 25,600. It is cleared through SGST credit. Sir, what about the remaining credit of SGST? We will carry forward. We will carry forward, guys. Okay. And this, sir, is it mandatory to do like this only? No, I told you we have two more options. That is, you can keep year as balancing figure and adjust the remaining year, or else vice versa also. Keep year balancing figure and adjust year, guys. Like how we solved two questions before this. Okay. One note is there here. Let me read it. In the above answer, minimum GST paid or to be paid in cash has been computed by setting off the IGST liability in equal proportion so as to minimize the amount of CGST and SGST payable in cash. Resultantly, net GST payable in cash is nil, each under CGST as well as SGST. However, alternate view. Since IGST credit can be set off against CGST and SGST liability in any order in any proportion, the same can be set off against CGST and or SGST liabilities in other possible ways as well. So in the exam, see, for classroom purpose, I did three alternates, correct? Huh? Yes. Will you write all three alternatives in the exams? No. You do one and just give this note. This kind of note you can just give it, telling it can be adjusted in other ways also. And yes, sir. Then I also given a note for section 18 here because that is a special case, especially credit for credit. Which section was applicable? 18, guys. As per section 18 of CGST Act, person taking voluntary registration can avail ITC on inputs contained in semi-finished goods or finished goods held in stock on the day immediately preceding the date of grant of registration, which is year. Date of grant of registration is 24th, preceding day is 23rd. Only within 1 year from the date of issue of tax invoice by the supplier. And in the given case, none of them was older than 1 year, guys. None of them was older than 1 year. If by chance they may test like that also, assume this was given as 10th October 2022. You would have not claimed this. You would have not claimed this, guys. Clear. Okay, sir. One more 5 marks question. Briefly explain the provisions relating to reversal of input tax credit in case of non-payment of tax by the supplier and re-availment thereof. Guys, non-payment of tax by the supplier and re-availment thereof, they're told. So actually, in the suggested answer also, they have given rule 37A, but I don't completely agree with it. Why? Because only when supplier deposit the tax with the government, recipient will get a credit. Correct? But what happens if supplier has filed GSTR 1, deposited tax, recipient got the credit, but supplier didn't file GSTR 3B. Supplier didn't file GSTR 3B. Should recipient reverse it? Yes. When? After 30th September of next year. So till 30th September of next year, they will give time. To whom? To the supplier. Till then, if he has not filed GSTR 3B for the month in which this inward supply was taken, then on or before 30th November, the recipient has to reverse it. Has to reverse it, guys. If he doesn't reverse it before 30th September, sorry, before 30th November, then from next day, he has to reverse it, even if it is later, but along with interest, as per section 50, which is 18% per annum. Is that clear? Sir, if this kind of question is asked, what do I do, sir? You also explain rule 37A only. Clear? Yes. Actually, rule 37A will not tell about non-payment of tax. They will tell about non-filing of GSTR 3B. Non-filing of GSTR 3B. But actually, sir, payment will happen through which return, sir? GSTR 3B only. If anything has to be paid, how will a person pay it? On or before filing GSTR 3B. Okay, sure. So let us see the answer. As per rule 37A of CGST rules, where a registered person, that is recipient, avails ITC in GSTR 3B for a tax period in respect of such invoice or debit note, the details of which have been furnished by its supplier in the statement of outward supply, that is GSTR 1, or as amended by GSTR 1A, or using invoice furnishing facility. Who filed GSTR 3B? Recipient. Obviously, if he has to claim credit, he has to file 3B. But who has defaulted 3B? Supplier. However, supplier does not furnish the return in form GSTR 3B for the tax period corresponding to the said statement of outward supply till 30th September following the end of financial year. Means 30th September of next year, in which the ITC in respect of such invoice or debit note has been availed. In such a case, the said amount of ITC shall be reversed by the said recipient while furnishing a return in form GSTR 3B on or before 30th November following the end of such financial year during which such ITC has been availed. So recipient has to reverse the credit through which returns, people? 3B, which he will file on or before 30th November. Okay. Sir, what if he doesn't do it? However, where the said amount of ITC is not reversed by the recipient, such amount shall be payable by the said person along with the interest thereon. Interest as per section 18 is 18% per annum, guys. Further, where the said supplier subsequently furnishes the return in form GSTR 3B for the said period, the said registered person, that is the recipient, may re-avail the amount of such credit in return in form GSTR 3B for the tax period thereafter. So, sir, supplier didn't file GSTR 3B within 30th September. So, within 30th November, recipient reversed it. Okay. But what for the month for which the supplier has defaulted? No. What if he filed the returns in the future? Recipient can re-avail the credit. And to re-avail this credit, is the deadline given under section 16.4 applicable? No. Because we already claimed it, reversed it, now reclaiming it. For reclaiming of credit, section 16.4 deadline is not applicable, guys. Okay. Rocky Private Limited, a registered supplier, is engaged in the manufacture of taxable goods. Okay, outward supply is taxable. The company provides the following information pertaining to the purchases made, services availed by it during the month of February. So all the data is given for February, guys. What is the requirement? Determine the amount of ITC available with Rocky Private Limited for the month of February. Subject to the information given above, all other conditions given necessary for availing the ITC have been fulfilled. This just for a practice. Similar question we actually solved. Under questions, I have put one more question here for practice. Okay, sir, will they give so many items in exams? No, guys, this is just for practice. Okay, let us quickly go through. I will go through here only. Raw material, on that, how much is the total GST paid? 50,000. But last to be received in March. We are in which month now? February. So, can I claim the credit? No. Sir, at least part? No. Proviso. As per proviso to section 16 subsection 2, entire credit can be claimed when we receive the last lot. Second one, goods purchased for personal consumption of owner, not available, guys. As per 17.5, it is blocked. Health insurance premium of employees, which is mandatory to be provided by the employer as per labor law. Credit available? Huh? Yes. Actually, this is covered under 17.5b. But below, there was a provision telling under that, if it was obligation for the employer to provide it, credit is available. So here credit is available? Huh? Yes, as it is an obligation as per labor law. Purchase of lorry used for transportation of finished goods, credit available? Yes, it is not blocked. It is not blocked. Next, capital goods. GST paid is 1 lakh. Out of 2 items, invoice for 1 item is missing and GST paid on that item is 40,000. So is credit available for it? No. Section 16 subsection 2, one of the condition is recipient should have a copy of invoice. So it is missing. So what is the remaining credit? 1 lakh minus 40,000, 60,000 can be claimed. Next, foods purchased to sell it in office canteen. Hello, one example I gave. Food purchased by whom? Employer. Why? To sell it in office canteen. Is it purchased for further supply? Yes. Credit is available. Sir, what if it was purchased to give it to employees freely? They are not selling it freely. Employees will have free food. Is credit available? No. But for employees, perquisite, food value more than 50, madam will take part of it. Food value more than 50, difference will be taxable. Where? Income tax, salary, perquisite. Okay. Next, motor car used for transportation of employee. Car, sitting capacity less than 13. And for transportation of employee, credit blocked. 17 subsection 5 clause A. Next, works contract service for construction of an office building, blocked, guys. 17.5c, blocked. Next, goods and services purchased for construction of office building, blocked. Where? 17.5d. 17.5d. If you don't know clause, at least you can write section 17.5. Next, purchase of bus, seating capacity 20 for transportation of employees. Is it available? Yes, credit is available. Seating capacity more than 13, not blocked. Purchase of car for transportation of CEO, car, seating capacity less than 13, and even though it is for business purpose, no credit. 17.5a, blocked. Membership of a club availed for all employees of the company, still blocked. 17.5. Next, goods purchased but lost before claiming ITC. Yashaswini, goods purchased, paid GST before claiming ITC, lost. Is it a supply? Is it a supply? No. Can I claim credit? No. Not yet claimed credit? No credit. Listen, no credit. Now listen. Sir, I purchased goods. I claimed credit already, enjoyed. After 3 months, it is lost. Should we reverse credit? No. But it is a supply as per para 1 of schedule 1. Why? Because para 1 of schedule 1 clearly told, if already ITC is claimed, later it is supplied without consideration, supplied or disposed or whatever it is done, without consideration. Is it a supply? Yes. One of the condition was, when purchased, did you claim credit? Yes, it is a supply. So on that goods lost also, should they pay GST? Yes, because they have already taken the benefit. 14th one, goods purchased from composition supplier, but supplier collected the GST. No credit. First of all, supplier should not collect, but he has collected. Can recipient go ahead and claim credit? No. 17.5 clearly tells it. And also, input tax definition also will tell this. Tax paid under composition scheme will not include in the input tax, guys, or input tax credit. Life insurance premium paid on Keyman insurance policy, credit not available. 17.5 blocked. Sir, what if it is an obligation? Then credit is available. Obligation for whom? Employer. Then credit will be available. Yes. Guys, see, I have just given here available or not available and all. In the exam, will they give so many items? No. They may give 5, 6 like that, but you have to give a note. Like how we have solved other questions. Question number 5. Rule 86B restricts the use of input tax credit available in electronic credit ledger for discharging output tax liability. List down the exceptions to the rule 86B. Guys, rule 86B will tell when it is applicable. When it is first of all applicable, if monthly taxable outward supply other than exempt and zero rated is more than 50 lakh, at least 1% of the output tax has to be paid through electronic cash ledger. Or if I have to reframe it in another way, how much maximum credit can be utilized is 99% of output tax. That means in simple, 1% of output tax at least has to be paid in cash ledger. Okay. But they're asking exceptions. Let us do it. But obviously, first tell what is the provision, then tell exception. Rule 86B of CGST Rules 2017 restricts amount available in electronic credit ledger, which a registered person can use to discharge his output tax liability to 99% of such tax. 99% of such tax means which tax? Output tax. Liability in cases where the value of taxable supply other than exempt supply and zero rated supply in a month exceeds 50 lakh. Actually, zero rated supply is a taxable supply. But while calculating your 50 lakh, should we include that? No. Because anyway, in that case, the output tax would be zero, guys. That is why. This restriction shall not apply in the following cases. Means in the following cases, even if monthly taxable outward supply is more than 50 lakh, still Rule 86B is not applicable. Which are those? Where a said person or proprietor, karta, managing director, or any of the two persons or two partners, whole-time director means minimum two partners. Clear? Yes. Whole-time directors, members of managing committee of association or board of trustee, as the case may be, have paid more than 1 lakh as income tax in each of the last 2 financial years. Means in both the year, is it more than 1 lakh, 1 lakh, or both put together 1 lakh? In each year, more than 1 lakh, more than 1 lakh. That means in the current year, Rule 86B is not applicable. Second one, where the registered person has received a refund of more than 1 lakh in the preceding financial year, that is last year, only 1 year, on account of unutilized ITC in case of zero rated supplies made without payment of tax because the tax is zero, or inverted duty structure. Inverted duty structure means what? The tax on inward supply is more than the tax on outward supply. In that case, even though I am eligible to claim input tax, I will not be able to claim fully. So in that case, if I have claimed a refund of more than 1 lakh in the last year because of any of these two transactions in the current year, is Rule 86B applicable for me? No. Then C. This is cumulative calculation. Where the registered person has discharged his liability towards output tax through the electronic cash ledger for an amount which is in excess of 1% of the total output tax liability. 1% of total output tax liability applied cumulatively up to the said month in the current financial year. You remember we discussed one example. Assume we are in August. We need to check from April to July how much was the output tax. How much is already paid through cash ledger. So what do? Apply the formula. Amount paid through cash ledger divided by total output tax for all months put together into 100. If it is already more than 1%, is Rule 86B applicable in August? No. Should we do this for every month? Yes, but except April. Because for April, we will not have preceding month. Preceding month. Sir, what about May? For May, we will check only for April. Sir, what if I am in December? I will check from April to November. Oh. It is pertinent to note that GST liability paid under reverse charge mechanism should not be taken into account while calculating the total output tax liability paid through cash ledger. Guys, if on my inward supply, if RCM is applicable, I should pay it. And what is it called as? Input tax. And if I am liable to pay input tax, I have to pay it through what? Cash ledger. Sir, to count that 1% and all, should we include this input tax also? No, they told 1% of Output tax minimum has to be paid through cash ledger. So if I have paid any input tax on my inward supply under RCM through cash ledger, should we count that also as amount paid through cash ledger? No, no. We should take only the output tax which is paid through cash ledger. Last one, where the registered person is, means the following people are the suppliers: government department, public sector undertaking, local authority, and statutory body. Yes, last question. Mr. B, a registered supplier of UP, that is Uttar Pradesh, is doing the trading of taxable goods. He approaches you to understand the manner of utilization of available input tax credit with reference to the provisions of payment of tax. State the manner of utilization of ITC under GST law. Guys, see, sir, for this kind of question, can I put the table what you have given? Don't put it. That is anyway right, but please explain. Below the table, I had given the points, no, like that you explain. As per section 49, 49A, 49B of CGST Act, along with rules, the manner of utilization of ITC under GST law is as under. First one, IGST credit should be first be utilized towards payment of IGST liability. Even after this, if some credit is pending, remaining IGST credit, if any, can be utilized towards payment of CGST and SGST or UTGST liability in any order, in any proportion. Guys, please write like this properly. Don't simply write remaining IGST against CGST, SGST. How? Tell it in any order, in any proportion. Complete the sentences. C. Entire ITC of IGST should be fully utilized first before using CGST and SGST credit. Okay, sir. You can observe I have given it in the order only. Sir, can I write the numbers 1, 2, 3 instead of alphabets? Yes. Subsequently, ITC of CGST should be utilized for the payment of CGST and IGST liability in that order. That is, first CGST liability is still pending against IGST liability. Next, ITC of SGST or UTGST should be utilized for the payment of SGST or UTGST and IGST liability in that order. Next one, ITC of SGST, UTGST should be utilized for the payment of IGST liability only after the ITC of CGST has been fully utilized. Last one, ITC of SGST or UTGST cannot be utilized against SGST liability. Same way, vice versa. That is, CGST credit cannot be utilized to pay SGST liability, guys. That's all. So these are the additional questions on input tax credit, guys.